How are you doing, everyone? I am the YuGiOh Scrub. My deepest apologies for not having a video for you all yesterday. I know you all craved the content, and frankly, although I say I'm sorry, I don't really care. I mean, I do, but I'm gonna miss a day every now and again. It's not the end of the world. I think you guys will survive without one day of the YuGiOh Scrub. But you all can call me Bailey. Truth be told, I got a new dog. I want to say puppy, but she's 2 years old. Cutest little thing in the world. She's sleeping right behind me, so I'm not gonna wake her up and show you all. But I got home. She is doing better in her crate today. Yesterday, not so well. Had a lot of cleanup, to say the least, when I got back. So that wasn't very fun. But today, I'm going to have some fun. Now that I'm home from work, my hair's all messy because I had a hat on all day. It was rainy and gross, but I'm going to play some Yu-Gi-Oh! For you all. As you can see, we're playing X-Sabers. Why does it always pop up the moment I start recording? Stupid frickin' ads. But we're playing X-Sabers. I just had this deck saved. I don't feel like building right now. I feel like playing. So we're going to go ahead and do what I think is a pretty fun deck with X-Sabers here. You can see the main deck, the side deck. I don't feel like I'm qualified to actually talk about it. I'm just going to go ahead, make sure it's the default. It is, and we're going to play. Truth be told, I also really want to play some RuneScape right now, so I'm trying to get a video recorded so that I can play that, let the dog out. I need to make some lasagna. I got so much to do. It is the day, when you're seeing this, the day before Thanksgiving for all my American viewers. For me right now, it's 2 days before. So technically, the video that I apologized for not uploading, yeah, that's today. I know. I could record and then upload this, but it's going to be late, and frankly, I just want to take a day and not feel like I'm obligated. Hopefully you all can understand, and hopefully you're having a fantastic day. And if you're not, turn off this video, because watching me struggle to play X-Sabers is not going to make it better. And then you can go and come back to the video when your day is good. Go read a book. Hug a loved one. Go outside, unless it was rainy, like it is for me up in New England area. Which we really need. We've been in a drought, or were in a drought. We had a good rain last week, at the end of the week. Today, though, working outside in the rain, and it was one of those days where it would sprinkle and then it would stop, and you're like, okay, maybe we can keep working. For all you who don't know, I do some kind of construction, and it's the kind that you can't work in the rain effectively at all. Not just because it's uncomfortable, but can be dangerous. And yeah, so we were trying to work through it when it started to sprinkle, and we're like, maybe it'll be fine, and then it wouldn't get fine, it would get a little bit harder, but then it would stop, and then it would start again, and eventually it was just it's coming down, and it's apparently not stopping for a few hours. We just have to go ahead and call it. Okay, opening hand looks pretty nice, though. We have Arabellum, Emmer's Blade, Legacy Yatagarasu, Cyber Dragon, Book of Moon, Sangan. I would special summon Cyber Dragon and attack, thinking it might be a Raikou and just eat the Raikou, but we have an Arabellum plus Cyber Dragon to make it level 8, so instead I'm actually going to do neither of those things. I'm going to attack with Sangan. Okay, it's Machina Peacekeeper. Getting himself a gear frame. Also makes Cyber Dragon a fantastic card here, because I will be able to eat up all of his monsters effectively, making a Chimera Tech. He summons the gear frame, so he will get a replacement card for the gear frame in almost certainly Machina Fortress, unless he has a couple of fortresses in hand, in which case he might get Machina Force. Or if he's stupid, Machina Peacekeeper. But instead, he does do exactly the correct play and gets himself Machina Force, or Fortress. Alright, we will use the Sangan effect, and what do we want to search? Honestly, probably Rescue Cat, just because why wouldn't you ever want to just get Rescue Cat? Might save Rescue Cat, because I want to get a Fall Troll. We will go ahead and maybe we'll save the Legacy Yatagarasu. Got an emergency call. So I think if we Rescue Cat, we get Arabellum and another level 3. And then we Synchro for probably Goyo? or Hyunlei and just pop the back row. I think we do that. Alright, he gives it a thumbs up. Don't need to use prio. And we get ourselves Arabellum. And honestly, why did I think I could do something different here? Alright, we just get 2 Arabellums. That's fine, though. Because I will attack and use Book of Moon to set the gear from face down, and then I will attack directly and discard a card from my opponent's hand. We'll roll the dice, even though I typically don't like rolling a dice. And it was going to be the one I wanted to hit anyways. Hits a Cyber Dragon. Fantastic. Alright. And we'll just end our turn. Not the best play, but we put a couple X-Sabers in the graveyard for our emergency call. He goes ahead and gear frames. Might get himself another Fortress, and then he can discard Fortress. That is exactly what he's probably going to do. Fortress for Fortress. And he just goes to battle. Okay, so he's not afraid of Mirror Force. And I'll eat a good chunk of damage. Machinas are good at putting damage up very fast. No limiter removal, fortunately for me. I will Legacy in the end phase. There's the Fall Troll. Okay. We will special summon Cyber Dragon. Making a 30,000 attack Chimera Tech. And do we go ahead? He would have, I believe, Mirror Forced last turn if he had it. So we will try to attack directly with Arabellum. Hitting that card out of his hand. A Raikou. I'd say that's a pretty nice hit. We hit for 3,000 of our own, and we will set Torrential Tribute. Not going to set Emergency Call quite yet. I just don't want to get blown out by a heavy storm. The obligatory typing laggy, and we lost connection. Gosh, Dueling Book is not having a good time today. I lost connection just trying to build a deck earlier. Was the deck going to be good? As always, absolutely not. But it was an idea. Alright, perfect. Thank you, Dueling Book, for the obligatory, not even Dueling Book lag, the obligatory Dueling Book complete reset. That's fine. We'll go ahead, activate Torrential Tribute. He would have to have another level 8 Synchro, so he's definitely playing the field spell. Let's go ahead and mind control this face down. And we'll flip summon. Okay, he seems pretty quick to end the game. What do we want here? Bottomless is pretty good. Solar Release is good. DD Crows, Cyber Dragon, Kaiku. And Kaiku's not that fantastic. Nobleman could be decent. Get rid of the upstarts. I know it's silly. I'm going to get rid of Monk and Cat just because I'm looking at it and I don't actually have a Raikou or anything to sync where I should have like one Raikou probably. Mind Control seems fine. Book of Moon doesn't seem too good. Maybe get rid of Trunade for... Maybe bring in the Book of Moon over Trunade. Just because I didn't see many spells and traps. Alright, opening hand. Double Emmer's Blade, DD Crow, Book of Moon, BTH. A.K.A. Bottomless Trap Holio. He sets a monster, sets one back row. I draw a Legacy of Yatagarasu. Don't know what that was, but it was a thing. Okay, so if that's a Raikou, then the best play is probably set Yatagarasu and end. The other alternative is that it's a Machina Peacekeeper, which in case we do not want to attack, setting Emmer's Blade might be the best play. But if it's a Raikou and he hits the monster, then that hurts us. We'll set Emmer's Blade, set Legacy, and set Bottomless Trap Hole. Want to be able to hit the Machina Fortress if he does summon it. Hopefully Raikou goes after the Emmer's Blade, if that is a Raikou, and if he... because we have two of them. Best play, obviously, would be if he flips the Raikou and thinks that the first card we set's the most important. Okay, and we draw Nobleman across out. So, we'll go ahead and just Nobleman the face down. It was the Peacekeeper. Fantastic. We'll go ahead, flip Emmer's Blade, and just try to attack. And we'll set another Emmer's Blade. Feeling pretty decent about this position here. We will Bottomless Trap Hole and banish the other one from the graveyard. So he's lost two fortresses in one play. And he just ends his turn. We draw another Bottomless Trap Hole. Perfecto. Feeling pretty good about this position now. We'll set one, setting the Bottomless, keeping Book of Moon in hand, two Emmer's Blades on field that can replace themselves. He has one more fortress in his deck, which is his biggest and most powerful boss monster. He gets Scrap Recycler to send the third fortress. That's fine. We will be able to Bottomless that third fortress, because I'm assuming he's going to have a big... No, he goes straight to battle. Emmer's Blade will get ourselves. We will go for Airbellum. This really makes me wish I had set Book of Moon, but that's fine. What does he make? YuGiOh. Thinking. That's fine. I think we have enough that this is okay. Let's go ahead and activate Legacy. Mind Control. I think we're fine. We'll just end our turn here. He's already used brain control, so I don't need to worry about a second one. Don't need to set the Book of Moon. I'd rather keep it in hand. I really want to use the bottomless trap hole on the fortress, hence why I didn't use bottomless trap hole on the YuGiOh. And it looks like it's going to pay off, because he's going to get himself a force and probably special summon the fortress. And we'll leave 500 and get ourselves the third Emmer's Blade, probably. Or do we go for full Helm? We go full Helm Knights, and we can mind control in Black Rose. We negate his YuGiOh Guardian attack. Okay, let's mind control, targeting gear frame. And then we can synchro. We actually should have targeted the YuGiOh and made Gothams. What am I thinking? But we can synchro for Air Bellum. Yeah, no, that was a misplay. We'll make Air Bellum. And we'll Book of Moon, the YuGiOh Guardian. And end our turn here. Don't feel like I want to set the Torrential Tribute quite yet. This baits out his Machina Fortress. He might be waiting for some spell trap removal just to have protection, but I don't know if he can afford to wait so long, because Arabellum's gonna be able to start putting stuff from his hand to the top of his deck, which is a pretty effective way of removing stuff, because it's like a Phoenix Wing Wind Blast, but the cards never even hit the field. So he sends a Gear Frame from deck to grave, and he's probably going to use the effect to shuffle both Gear Frame and Gear Frame into his deck, and then draw one card. A mini Pot of Avarice, except the targets that you can send back to deck are incredibly limited, but nonetheless an interesting effect from Scrap Recycler. And we will Bottomless Trap Hole, assuming we can, this Machina Fortress. Okay, Book of Moons. So, the play here is probably attack the fortress. It will go to grave and destroy our Arbellum. Then we'll set Trap Dust Shoot, Torrential Tribute. And we will activate Trap Dust Shoot. I was waiting to see if he could have potentially prioed the Book of Moon. No point in using the Cyber Eleton, so we will take the Cyber Dragon. So we have Book of Moon, 2 Cyber Eltanons. We will Torrential Tribute, and he's probably going to use the second Cyber Eltanon to bring back the fortress. A-OK. We are in top deck mode, but we've used a good amount of his cards. Frankly, I think I've thrown this game somewhere. I'm sure there was a play, because we were up pretty heavy in card advantage. So it's a set Book of Moon and Fortress. Alright. Ragigura can get us the full Helm Knight. This does target the attacking monster, though. Yeah, so this is a terrible card against Machina Fortress because it would let him rip a card out of our hand. So I think the play here is going to be set Ragigura, just for some defense. If he didn't draw a monster, then it buys us an extra turn. If he did draw a monster, we are basically on a 2-turn clock. And we get Solemn Judgment. We'll set it, of course, but unfortunately, this game is looking to be a wash. And, yep, okay. We'll concede there. Nothing we can do. Spirit Reaper seems like it might give his deck some trouble. It's just a card that he can't get over. I still haven't seen much back row at all. But nonetheless, I'm just gonna click Done Siding. Alright, Airbellum, Fall Troll, Giant Rat, DD Crow, Gigantes, Legacy of Yatagarasu. We will go ahead, set Giant Rat, set Legacy of Yatagarasu, and end. We have Gigantes in hand, potentially allowing us a Black Rose play. So he discards and puts a Machina Fortress on field. I cannot DD Crow that because it is an inherent special summon. So although it does go to the graveyard, not for long enough or not giving me an opportunity to get anything. What do we want to get with? I think we just go for the full Helm Knight. Mind Control. What could that be? I think the play here is going to be banish the Giant Rat, special summon the Gigantes. Synchro for Black Rose and declare the effect. And I will chain Legacy of Yatagarasu. Okay, we get the Gotham's Emergency Call. We have not normal summoned yet, so let's go ahead. Summon the Airbellum. And hit this card from his hand. Hitting the... Ooh, that was a fantastic hit. He's got just Machina Fortress and Grave as something I actually have to worry about. We will set the Gotham's Emergency Call, end phase, and I will banish the Fortress in draw/standby. We get Ragigura. I think the play here is just going to be attack directly. Declare, hitting another Fortress, or Force. Okay, so hitting that Fortress was awesome with DD Crow, because he would have been able to bring it back. I could summon Ragigura and potentially Synchro for a 4, but I think that's a little pointless. We'll just end. We draw Torrential Tribute. We'll go ahead and attack. Setting Torrential and ending. Gosh, I don't know if you guys can hear, but that dog is snoring. King Tiger Vang Hu. Think. That is A-okay. I'll take 100 damage from that attack. And is it going to really do this again? It's going to boot us out. We're going to have to refresh the page. Unless it wants to work. And lost connection. Don't you love Dueling Book? Alright, we get a Emmer's Blade. So I think we go ahead we normal summon Emmer's Blade and activate Torrential. Next we activate Gotham's Emergency Call, targeting both a tuner, Full Hell Knight, and a non-tuner Emmer's Blade. And I don't know. I completely thought that was just like a little soul charge. I did not realize you have to control a face-up X-Saber. It's not the best, but lots of fun. Okay. We will normal summon Ragigura, declare, targeting, send this to my hand. Then we will activate Emergency Call. And he Torrential Tributes. A-okay. Obviously not A-okay, but it is what it is. Alright, he has no Fortress and Grave. We get the Cross out. Fantastic. I mean, you really can't wish for a better card here. What a top deck that was. He does have to banish more Raikos. How many is he running? 3 Raikos. 2 Raikos, unless he sided one out. Then we will normal summon Airbellum. Okay. Bottomless Trap Hole. And that's it. Soul Release. Just to keep him from potentially having Pot of Avarice, we will banish all 5 of his monsters. Also keeping him from special summoning Cyber Eltanin. I would say Elatin, but it's Eltanin. He sets a monster. We draw Emmer's Blade. We will summon Emmer's Blade. And try to attack. It might be the Peacekeeper. It is a Peacekeeper. The reason I am fine with that, though, is mostly because I have the Emmer's Blade on field. He would have to have big machine in hand or drawn one to be able to special summon the fortress, which frankly is not the craziest thing in the world. But I'm hoping that he just goes ahead and attacks over the Emmer's Blade. No, he does have a machine in hand. Having a Cyber Dragon. We will take 500 and we'll special summon another Emmer's Blade. We will take 1,200 and special Airbellum. Getting a pointless draw. Okay, what is the play here? There's no synchros we can make. I mean, we can make the Airbellum, but that does nothing against a Machina Fortress. If we summon DD Crow, is there a level 8 that does anything? Not particularly. Unfortunately, it might just be setting to defense and ending my turn. Can't make Arcanite. We've already used Black Rose. This is a tough one. We could clear his board by making a Colossal, but we would lose DD Crow. But I feel like we have to do that only because otherwise we just lose the board for nothing. So we'll go ahead, activate Mind Control. Unfortunately, summon the DD Crow. And Synchro for an 8. And I think we actually make Stardust. Thought Ruler does nothing. Unless it's a dimensional prison. But it would still just die to the Colossal. Or the Machina Fortress, I should say. He Book of Moons. So the Thought Ruler would have been better. This is, game 3. So Thought Ruler was the play there. I guess I had seen Book of Moons. I just was thinking it could have been a Mirror Force, because it's still in the deck. He sets a monster and ends. I draw a second Fall Troll. This is where X-Sabers really start having troubles, especially when they start drawing extra Fall Trolls. It's a combo deck, and so you really just need combo pieces. I have not done a good job of keeping combo pieces on the board. Scrap Recycler. Probably going to send another Fortress. Sends a Gear Frame. Okay, so he's going to go ahead and use the Scrap Recycler effect. Getting a draw, which, I mean, The only shining light is it makes my Trap Dust Shoot just a little bit more alive, but it still will not be live for 2 more turns, assuming he does literally nothing. We'll eat 900 and 2500. Mirror Force, MST. We'll set it, and hopefully he thinks it's a bluff and doesn't attack or sends Scrap Recycler to... Unfortunate. What was our next draw? Legacy, level limit. Okay. We're going to do one more match for you guys. Just head right back into it. We already found a partner. Assuming they want to play. They do want to play. How nice. And we win the rock, paper, scissors. It's already looking so good for us. Okay. I think the play here, considering what we got, is set, trap, dust, shoot, and end. What we got is a Tragodia and Ember's Blade, Airbellum, 1-for-1 Trunade. So I think the play is going to be activate Dust Shoot in standby. Oh, interesting. I'm thinking we'll send Gores. Arma, Vayu, Sirocco, Plague, Dad. Okay, so he's probably going to summon Arma, sending maybe a Vayu. Yep. Or Necrogardna. Necro would be bad. He sends a Vayu, perfect. 1400, we will special summon Tragodia. Not going to bother with the attacks right now. To attack. Okay. What would be good here? I'm thinking summon Airbellum, attack, and try to hit, hopefully, Dad out of his hand. Hitting Plague, okay, not the best. So he's got Sirocco, Vayu, Dad, and 3 Darks Engrave. We will set Torrential and end. What's he going to target? Prio targeting... we have to Torrential because he can just continue to pop stuff. So he's got Plague, Sirocco, Vayu that we know about. Well, Plague's Engrave, but an active Plague. Okay, and we draw Ember's Blade. So that's likely a Vayu. In which case, let's upstart Goblin. Mirror Force. That's a good card. Exactly what I'd want to see. He needs to gain 1,000. We'll summon Ember's Blade, hit what is likely the Vayu. It is. Main phase 2 will set the Mirror Force and end. He's going to be able to summon Sirocco. He activates a reinforcement of the army. Probably going to get himself a Greffer. Exactly. Summons Greffer, pitching the Sirocco. Just to confirm, that's his normal. Okay, so yeah, he normal summoned Greffer. Normal summoned Greffer, pitched the Sirocco with the Greffer effect to send the third Vayu to grave. Battle phase. Do I want to? No. I'll let this go through. We'll eat 1,000. And what do we want to get? We'll get another Emmer's Blade. And then from here, we'll get the Full Helm Knight. This is an awesome draw. We get Summoner Monk, which will give us Rescue Cat. Okay, so we're gonna summon Summoner Monk, which will go to defense. Now the question is, I think we'll get rid of Trunade just because we're not using it. Special summon the cat, send cat to grave, getting double Airbellum. Then we can synchro Summoner Monk and Airbellum for Arcanite Magician, popping both his cards. And he said it's laggy. Yeah, it's no problem at all. We will attack with the Airbellum, hitting a third Sirocco, and we'll attack with Full Helm Knight. And end phase, the Airbellum will go to grave from the Rescue Cat effect. But pretty advantageous position here. He makes a Armed Wing. He's got to make a Armor Master because he banished the Armed Wing. Battle phase. What's he going to attack? I'm probably going to negate it with Full Helm Knight regardless. And we will end our turn. We draw Book of Moon. Unfortunate. But that's fine. We'll set the Book of Moon and just end. And let's go ahead. We'll set the Full Helm Knight. And perfect, we baited the last Vayu. And we'll Mirror Force. Can't even say baited. I don't think it was really a bait. It was just a play. Of course, we draw Ragigura. And before I started recording this video, I took out the second Ragigura. We'll summon the Full Helm Knight. And attack. Level. Wish this was a tuner. Ragigura can get us an Emmer's Blade. And I think we synchro off into Armory Arm. And we'll set 1-for-1 because we don't need it anymore, because our only target for 1-for-1 is now in the graveyard. We get Giant Rat. Unfortunately, I don't want to attack. Yeah, we're just going to attack. It's a 2-turn clock anyways, whether I put Arcanite in attack position or not. We'll go ahead, set the Giant Rat. Summon Stark Greffer. That's fine. And what will we special summon? Probably the Full Helm Knight. Draw Legacy of Yatagarasu. Okay, so the worst card that could be would be a Torrential Tribute, but if it is, we're still up an advantage. We'll synchro for the Hyunlei. He solemns it. A-okay. We'll set Legacy and end. All his values are gone, so Dark Greffer isn't doing much here. He might even just discard both these cards, depending on what he drew. Yep, Hamster and Charge will go to grave. Draw Upstart Goblin. I don't know if I want to activate it. We'll just go ahead and activate Legacy of Yatagarasu. And we get Heavy Storm. Do I want to activate Upstart? I think we do. Getting Fall Troll. Okay. So he special summons Plague. Forgot that he had the Plague engraved, to be honest. Making a YuGiOh. And he steals... Oh my goodness. He steals our Arcanite. We gotta go to... And we're gonna draw a third Fall Troll. I guarantee it. Third Fall Troll in a row. No, we get Cyber Dragon. Okay, well. We can attack over our Arcanite. But that's it. And we just gotta end. Activates Brain Control. That's game. Okay, so that sucks. We can get all these cards in, though. Noble and a Crossout seems good. In my mind, I'm like, that was a good play. Like, I guess, whatever. Okay. Cyber Dragon seems fine. Bring out the Monk and Rescue Cat. Bring out Upstart Goblins. Maybe keep in Giant Rat. I don't know who this guy is. Maybe he's a big name. Maybe he's watching this someday. I feel like the actually is one of those additive words where it's almost degrading. Like, wow, can't believe you actually made a good play. You could say, I was impressed by that play, and they would carry the same notion. And I'm not criticizing my opponent, you know, I think it's funny. It's one of those words that by adding it almost takes away and turns what I think is supposed to be a nice comment into something a little bit not nice, but like, it's whatever. You know what, I'm actually going to bring in the Heavy Storm too. Area B seems fine. Maybe over 1 Gotham's. I think we got it in. And, okay. I was like, is it going to lag again? It is not. Opening hand, Emmer's Blade, Gigantes, Arabellum, Nobleman, 1-for-1 Judgment. We will, I think, set Emmer's Blade and end. Hoping that he just sets a Raikou. Summons Greffer, pitching a Sirocco, sending a Vayu to deck. Or from deck, yep. Is he going to activate it right away? He is. That's fine by me. And we will special summon another Emmer's Blade. Eating 1,000 damage. That could have special summoned in defense, but whatever. Misplay by me. We will get a full Helm Knight because we want to keep our cat that we don't actually have in deck live. He sets 1 back row and ends. We will go ahead, special summon Gigantes by banishing Emmer's Blade. And Synchro for Black Rose. Then we will normal summon, an Arabellum. And hitting the middle card. And the Lure of Darkness, nice hit. We'll set the Judgment for any shenanigans that he wants to go with. 2 Darks Engrave. Judgment for Dad, though. Summons a Sirocco. We will go ahead and keep our Arabellum and hopefully be able to hit a card out of his hand. Brain Control. That's fine. Honestly, whatever he hits isn't that big of a deal. Giant Rat would be the worst hit. Hitting 1-for-1, that's A-okay. We draw Legacy of Yatagarasu. We'll normal the rat. Attack. If it's Gores, that would suck. And I'll hit him for 3,000. Set Legacy. He's already used Brain Control. I think we can end our turn there. And this is game, because we have Nobleman a crossout. Okay, there we go. Bring in Heavy Storm over the 1 Gotham's. Bring in a Cyber Dragon over the 1-for-1. And 1-for-1's actually pretty good. over the level limit. Level limit also can be pretty good. Over 1 legacy. Imperial Iron Wall, also, now that I think about it, is like really, really nice because it just stops him from being able to use value at all. Almost an hour-long recording. Okay, DD Crow, Kaiku, Gigantes, Torrential Tribute, Imperial Iron Wall. So a little bit excessive in the graveyard hate right now, but what can you do? Opens up with Allure of Darkness, banishing an Armageddon Knight. If I had to guess, he's going to either set a Raikou or summon a Greffer. He sets 1 monster. Any spells and or traps? No. Well, we're just going to go ahead, summon the Kaiku, and attack what is likely a Raikou. It's a Fossil Dyna. I guess we'll then just set Torrential Tribute. Card Trooper. That has to be A-okay, unfortunately. Milling Dad, Greffer, and Raikou. Main Phase 2. What's he want to do in main Phase 2? You see what I did there? I made a rhyme. I can rhyme all the time. Hell yeah. Okay. Well, let's go ahead. Special summon Cyber Dragon. Make a Chimera Tech, so he does not get a draw. And just go ahead and attack. I'll then set Iron Wall and end. Sending Vayu. We'll activate Imperial Iron Wall, stopping that Vayu from using its effect. He could potentially activate... Just goes to main phase 2. Interesting. And we get Shadow Imprisoning Mirror. Okay, well, we're just going to go ahead. You know what? I'm not actually going to attack. He can set up his grave all he wants. There's nothing he can do. He activates Dust Tornado. Sending a Vayu in Sirocco. Okay. Unfortunate, but that's fine because I can Torrential Tribute. He activates Charge of the Light Brigade, milling the 3rd Sirocco, D-Prison, MST, getting a Raikou. Using Vayu and Sirocco. Special summoning Armed Wing. We'll Torrential Tribute. And is he going to Vayu again? And I'll banish the Vayu with the DD Crow. He sets Raikou and ends his turn. Perfect, though, because we get full Helm Knight. We will attack. He sends it to grave. He mills the other Vayu. We'll banish and special summon Gigantes and set both E-Call and Shadow Imprisoning Mirror. We'll activate the Imprisoning Mirror on the activation of Vayu. In a way, summoning Gigantes may have not been the best play, because it will destroy my Shadow Imprisoning Mirror when it's destroyed. Gigantes feels like a very underused card. I think it's pretty damn good. We draw Soul Release. Well, absolutely just going to activate the Soul Release right away. And we will banish Vayu, Raikou, Sirocco. And just try to attack. He's 1900. The only reason I was hesitant to banish the Siroccos is because he could, in theory, have a return from different dimension here, because he's been viewing as banished a lot. So I think that's what's coming. Could also be a burial, though. It's the burial. Sending back Raikou and 2 Vayus. Makes me think a Chaos Sorcerer is coming my way. That is exactly what happened, and that's why I wanted to banish the Raikous. So he can't activate the Chaos Sorcerer effect because of Shadow Imprisoning Mirror. So he can't summon all his cards until after. We'll go ahead and set the Giant Rat and end. Gotham's Emergency Call is pretty dead here. I know it's the best card in this deck, maybe besides like Fall Troll, but it feels so bad. I have not activated it once, and I know it's because one time I just am absolutely stupid and didn't do it properly. Draw Book of Moon. We'll end our turn. I kind of want him to attack the Gigantes. Could also flip Giant Rat. I just need a way to get this Chaos Sorcerer off the field. Nobleman across that would be a great draw. A Tuner would be a nice draw. Giant Rat is such a cool looking card. Like, you go all the way around. Just gotta love his face holding a skull. Okay, we draw an Air Bellum. So, the plays here could be flip Giant Rat, summon Air Bellum, make a Bellum, run Gigantes into the Chaos Sorc, destroying all the spells and traps, and then flip. I mean, that would just be, we'd be left with nothing but an Bellum against his 3 cards plus his values. Yeah, no, we're ending our turn there. That would be the kind of play that I've made in the past that goes so nag. I just see a play and I'm like, this is what we need to do right here, right now. And in reality, no, that's not what I need to do right here, right now. I'm also wondering if that is a dimensional prison. He might be waiting for me to attack. Got a full Helm Knight. And I think we'll just... If we summon full Helm Knight... Yeah, we'll summon full Helm Knight. And end. No need to make a Black Rose right now. I wish there was a Rogeki Black Rose, just like destroy all monsters on the field. But the Shadow Imprisoning Mirror is keeping him at bay. He only has 11 cards left in deck. Not that I think decking him out is going to actually be how we win this duel, but it's always a possibility. He sets a card and ends. We draw a bottomless. He has 2 values. Okay. I think because that could be a Raiko, we Synchro for Black Rose Dragon. He activates Return from the Different Dimension. It was a Mirror Force set, so he was waiting for the Mirror Force, but unfortunately now... we will attack with the Airbellum. Hitting the middle card. I always like to hit the middle card. Hitting a Caius, perfect. We'll set Bottomless and set Book of Moon, and hopefully this defense can be enough to propel us to a victory. We're going to need a lucky draw next turn for sure. Summons Armageddon Knight. He can't activate. He doesn't have the life points. I didn't even realize. I was about to give it over to him. Actually, I was about to show Book of Moon. One of the two. Probably was going to use Book of Moon, because if I let him make a Black Rose, then he can just pump out all his monsters. We'll Bottomless. He now makes an armed wing. That one's fine. I'd like him to go to battle phase first. And of course now it's lagging. Synchros for Stardust. Thought Ruler. Unfortunate. I could actually book the Thought Ruler because he doesn't have the life points to pay. Yeah, we'll do that. I don't want to give him the ability to get more life points. My best bet here is a brain control for game. That's really my only bet. Cyber Dragon works as well. Okay, I mean, come on, dude. Wow. No GGs. Literally zero skill. I mean, you guys know me. I've never claimed to be a skilled duelist. But I like to play, and I occasionally win against a guy who apparently was very impressed with my Mirror Force play. I mean, I won. What was next draw? Fall Troll, bad. All these are just terrible draws that would not have won me the game. So yeah, I mean, absolutely. It was... Yeah. So, like, it was the only card in my deck. Where's the brain control? I don't have brain control in my deck? Wow, I am garbage. So literally, I think it was the only draw in my deck that actually won me the game there. But, you know, that's how it goes sometimes. I'm happy with it. He's not happy with it. But, you know, if you ever watch this, Samurai Mafia, I love you. You know, it's okay. You don't win every single match. You know, it's just a ladder game. Not that big of a deal. Hopefully it was good practice playing against someone who's going to make unpredictable plays like me. But thank you all for watching. This video has gotten longer than I meant it to be because I need to record one more. But thank you and goodbye.